Hello, my old school soul food family. Chef Jeffrey back with another video. All right, y'all. I cannot go Easter weekend without making chicken and dumplings. It's something I grew up on, and something after my mom got a little disabled where she couldn't cook in the kitchen. I made sure we still have it. She absolutely loved them. I used to make them for her, not only for Easter, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I think next to chicken and dressing, chicken and dumplings is her favorite dish. I promise you. She absolutely loved it. She's always asking, baby, when you gonna make some chicken and dumplings? If I made them every week, she would love it. And she loved more dumplings than chicken. I like a lot of meat in mine, but she did not care. She wanted dumplings. Another thing, y'all, about chicken and dumplings, I make it the traditional way. I do it the old traditional back in the day, country day way. Chicken and dumplings now, people done got so fancy they don't put potatoes in. They put bell peppers in. They putting carrots and all the different stuff, corn out. It's chicken and dumplings, not chicken and dumpling soup. It's not chicken and dumpling casserole. It's chicken and dumpling, just regular. It's a poor man's country food. Back in the day, they had some chicken, and they had some flour, and maybe some onions ran around, and a little celery. That's it. That's what they put in it. And when you see me make the dough, dumpling dough, ain't no baking powder in it. All it is milk, some fat, and some buttermilk. That's it. And salt and pepper, that's it. It's very simple. People trying to make chicken and dumplings so fancy and all that. This is old school country, back in the woods comfort food. When you didn't have no money, you got an old chicken laying around in the yard. A lot of times my mama said they used to use a hen. And they used to boil it like I'm about to do this chicken right now until it gets tender. And they gonna use the same juice. She call it juice, but I call it stock. And you make the dumplings in that. That's the way you do it. And I see people just putting all kinds of stuff in it. You can do it 2 ways too. The dumpling, my mom used to get out there and roll them dumplings out on that table and cut them out and put them in there. Some people can do the drop method. You can do that. But my mom would just watch her. She'd roll it out, cut them things out, throw it in that hot chicken stock, and that was it. Very simple, very easy, and let's get to it. So this is remembering my mom for Easter. This is what we used to make for Easter, and I'm still gonna get the tradition going. All I'm gonna do, y'all, I got some chicken here. I love the thighs and legs. We used to use the whole chicken, and I'm gonna take the chicken off the bone later. Mama didn't do that. Back in the day, you had chicken with the bone on it, right in the dumpling. So did. And then I got the chicken all washed up and ready to go. I'm gonna put this in here. We're gonna simmer this. Get this out the way. We got the chicken. We got some, like I say, very onions and celery. Y'all know I'm not a celery guy. Only time I eat celery is in dressing and dumplings the majority of the time. I'm not a celery person. And the thing is, I want to cook it in the stock while I make this stock, because I want to taste. It's another thing. You want to kind of taste the celery and onion, but you don't want to feel it. If you understand what I'm saying. Like I say, all you really want to taste is the chicken and dumpling. I'm going to add a little chicken base to that. I'm going to put this in here. Fill it up with water. And now this is as simple as it gets. Simple as it G-E-T-S gets. I'm going to simmer this. I'm probably cook this about 45 minutes to an hour. I want it till the chicken pretty much fall off the bone. Alright, put this over here on the fire. Y'all over here on the stove here. I'm gonna turn it on. Let this bad boy boil. And once it get tender, I'm gonna take it off. And I'm gonna let the chicken start cooling down. While the chicken is cooling down, we're going to get our dumplings made. So we'll be back when the chicken is almost ready, and we'll start making the dumplings. It's very simple, very easy. Keep it simple and keep it easy, y'all. Don't try to overdo with chicken and dumplings. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back. Okay, y'all, my chicken here is ready. Like I told y'all, I like to do my chicken till it's pretty much falling off the bone. See how tender that is? I turned the stock off. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna let this cool. Get all this off here. See how that, and all I'm gonna do is let this kind of cool off a little. By the time I get my dumplings made, set this on the side. Look here, I got that good rich stock here. I'm gonna add a little bit more liquid to this. But see that good rich stock here? My mama used to call it juice. That's all it is, really, juice. That's your dumpling base right there, y'all. I don't add no chicken, cream of mushroom, no cream of chicken. None of that. This is your natural. That's your base of your dumplings right here. That's so flavorful. Your natural homemade chicken stock. Like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this because it's really, really rich. I think I'm gonna do that right now. And then as you'll see when I a little bit more in here. Okay. And you see when I'm adding the dumplings, see it's still rich. See, that's how rich it was. See, it's still flavorful stock right there. And I'm gonna add some milk to this, as you'll see when I got the dumplings adding it to that. So I'm gonna let this simmer. I'm gonna let this chicken here kind of cool off as so I can kind of pick the bone. Of course, my mama, she put the chicken, of course, back in the day, whole chicken. So I'm gonna come back. We're gonna start on the dumplings. We're gonna drop them in there. And by the time we get all that done, we'll pick the chicken off, throw it in there. Hey, how these chicken and dumplings finished. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back. Okay, y'all, let's get into these dumplings. Something so simple, real easy. I'm telling y'all, y'all don't know how simple these dumplings are. All I got in here is all-purpose flour, y'all. AP flour, not bread, not self-rising. Do not, I'm going to say this 3 times, do not use self-rising flour. Do not use self-rising flour. Do not use self-rising flour. Do not put baking soda in there. Do not put baking powder in there. Let me tell you why. You do not want to put any leavening agent in these dumplings. What's going to happen, you make these dumplings, you got baking powder, baking soda, or using self-rising flour, they're going to explode in this water, this stock, and you're going to have a big glob of mess. That's the only way to put it. You do not want to put anything in there to make these puff up. They're going to naturally puff up on their own with the buttermilk I'm using and the fat or whatever. They're going to naturally be tender, the way I'm going to do them. You do not need no leavening agent. A lot of people put baking powder, baking soda on there. Then you got a dumplings falling all apart because they're too tender, and they're not going to tighten up because too much leavening agent in it. So I just want to let y'all know that. Okay, all-purpose flour here. Okay, we're going with some salt and pepper, y'all. Got salt there with pepper. Now, hold on. Hold on, y'all. It's probably the only time you're going to see me use black pepper twice. I put black pepper in these dumplings. My mama did it, and she loved it. So we're going to put black pepper inside the dumplings as well inside the pot later on when I season at the end. But you're going to put plenty of black pepper in the dumplings. Put that on the side. I'm going to need that later. All right. Y'all with me? Move this out the way till later. Okay. Let me get my gloves on. I use the gloves, y'all, because y'all know I do not like. Come on, open this flour already up. Gonna open this flour up, y'all. I'm gonna need this in just a second. Okay. But I just don't want to make my hands messy with the flour. That's the only reason I use gloves, y'all. So I can just take the gloves off. And I ain't gotta be trying to get flour out of my fingernails. Okay. Now right here, you can use Crisco, you can use butter, you can use whatever. I got this butter Crisco mixture, which I love because it's so soft. You can just leave it out. It's room temperature. It's so easy to work with. And we just kind of, all we doing pretty much, y'all, we're making biscuits, though. We're making biscuits without the baking powder. That's pretty much all we doing. Making biscuit without the baking powder and baking soda. So I'm kind of move that fat around in there with my hands. You can use a dough cutter, whatever you call them thing, if you want to. Alrighty. Alright. Now we're going with buttermilk. You can use sweet milk if you want to. I use buttermilk. See this? Whole buttermilk we're going to put in here, y'all. Whole buttermilk. Y'all know I'm very adamant about using whole buttermilk. It's going to be buttermilk chicken and dumplings. Gonna mix this up. Like I say, y'all, just like making a biscuit dough. Just like making a biscuit dough. I got my stock over here, kind of low temperature here, y'all. You can't see it right now. It's nothing like whole buttermilk, y'all. It just makes a difference in biscuit and dumplings, y'all. And it's another thing like biscuits, y'all. You don't want to over mix the dough. Get all that in there, y'all. Get all that in there. Okay. That's pretty much it, y'all. Look at that. That's all you want. Look at that. Mix it up there. Now, all I'm going to do now, get my other spoon out of here, y'all. Get some flour here. And spread on this, on my board here. Get this up out the way. Okay. We're going to put this right here on this board. Bring this down here. Here goes the messy part, y'all. Like I say, y'all, this just like making biscuits. It's like making biscuits, y'all. That's all it is, making some biscuits. Make sure your board is nice and floured. Flour on top of here. Now I'm gonna get rid of these gloves here. Right, now get rid of them gloves. A little bit more flour on top of here. So I can kind of work with it when I do the gloves and get my, I'm gonna kind of roll this out now. I like to roll it out to about an inch thick. About an inch thick, y'all. Probably the size of the board most of the time. There you go. I like, you can do them as thin as you want. Of course, my mom, she liked those thick dumplings. She loved the dumpling part. Okay, now y'all with me. Y'all see how easy that was. Okay, now, next thing I'm gonna do, I got a pizza cutter up in here somewhere, y'all. Somewhere in here. Hold on, y'all, I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back here. So I had to get my pizza cutter. It wasn't in the plant where it usually be. So all I'm gonna do, y'all, I got a pizza cutter here. See this? All I'm gonna do is go across like this. You're gonna cut them in squares. Like I say, you can drop them if you want to. The reason I like to cut them, the reason my mom cut them, because it gives you a more even dumpling and they cook more evenly. Like I said, I like them pretty big. You can do them as big or as small as you want. That's it. Now, I got a pan here that I've got flour on it. All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take them all, throw them on this flour pan. Now you can throw them right in the water if you want to. Yeah, make sure your board is floured, y'all. Some of that's not coming out because I ain't flouring my board. I'm just gonna put them right on the pan here, y'all. See this? Come up in here, y'all. Just like a biscuit, y'all. So I'm gonna step off. I'm gonna get them all on the pan here. And once we get them all on the pan, we're gonna come back and we're gonna drop these right in the hot chicken stock. Or my mama called it chicken juice. So see that? Put them on the pan with a flour on it, so they don't stick to the pan like they're sticking to the board. Some of the flour, some of the dough didn't have flour up on it. You can kind of see it's kind of sticking, but you get the idea. So anyway, y'all, we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back. I got all my dumplings on here. Now, before they start sticking together on there, we're going to move over here to our chicken stock here. Nice chicken stock. See how I got it boiling right there? That's what you want. Now, all we're going to do, y'all, is start dropping them in there. One at a time, y'all. Pretty much one at a time. Don't want them touching. Try to do about maybe 10 or 12 in here at a time. There you go. And when you see the water kind of stop bubbling a lot, where the rolling ball is kind of going down, then you know to kind of stop there a little. Let it come back up to temperature. Okay, see how it stopped a little? Because you don't want to keep adding, because you're going to have a big glob. Now, while that's doing that, I'm going to show y'all something very important. It might seem simple, but it's very important. I always use a wooden spoon for this. I use nothing metal. Because these dumplings right now is at the delicate stage. And see this wooden spoon? You got the side that you scoop with, and see that nice smooth back side? You're going to use that back side, because these things are so gentle, and kind of push the dumplings around. See that? Because right now they're at the delicate stage. If you get to just stirring and stirring, you're going to have a big glob, or like I told y'all, a big messy glob. So you want to let them kind of get their shape, hit them with the back of the spoon, because they're delicate. You got to be gentle with them until they get to that. Just like a little baby. You got to be gentle until they get older, and then you can slap it upside the head. Some people go, oh, you can't be. You don't have those people, I know it. So, look at that. Now we can add more. Add a few more in here. Little by little, y'all. Just got to be patient with these. Be very patient. I got my fire all the way up here. And literally, you want to let the water kind of start boiling again. But I've been doing it a minute. I did these a few times. And kind of know the feel of it. You can see how they floating. You see them dumplings, how they kind of floating. You don't have a big glob of man. That's very important why you didn't want to use you didn't want to use that baking powder, baking soda. And these dumplings going to be very tender, y'all, because I got that buttermilk in there. And buttermilk with that butter, and it's all hitting that hot, just like a biscuit, y'all. Just like a biscuit. Okay. Add a few more in here. And every time I make these, I say, man, I put too many dumplings. But when my mama, there was never too many for her. Because once I add the chicken in here, I like chicken. I like meat. But the dumplings too, but I like the meat part. My mama said, no, just give me the dumplings. She want her dumpling part. Okay. A little bit more in there. And once we get them all in there, then we're going to let it simmer a little bit. And usually, I'm going to add some milk to this, of course. That's going to give it body. And usually, I'll have to thicken this with a little roux to give it a little. Sometimes I don't, because it depends on how much residual flour is on the dumpling. You know the little flour I have on the dumpling? Sometimes that'll help thicken it up itself. So just add little by little. Y'all see how they coming together? None of them sticking. See that? None of them sticking together. You don't have no mush in there. Because you're being patient. And not just dumping them all in there at the same time. Move them around. See that? And this stuff, this stock is very hot. My main thing is getting them in there, making sure they keep separating. You see I'm using the back of the spoon. See that? Starting to look like chicken and dumplings, huh? See, even getting a little body to that. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna add some milk, a little milk to this, not a lot. Maybe 1/4 of a cup of milk to this. You don't have to add the milk to it. I like it because it gives it that little bitty extra body. You know, here in Texas, I don't know where you from, that's watching this, but Dairy Queen has chicken and dumplings. They have them a couple of times a year. They'll run a special for chicken and dumplings. Yeah, at Dairy Queen. And my mama loved them. I think she just loved chicken and dumplings. When she can get them, she could get them. She said, baby, I went to Dairy Queen, and their chicken and dumplings taste pretty good. See that? See how the dumplings are all together? Look at that. See that? Now I'm going to step off here, y'all. I'm going to get this boiled and get the rest of them in here. I'm going to come back when I start to add the milk here. I got about 20 more to 10. No, I got about 12 more to put in here. And I'll be right back when it's time to add the milk. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back. Okay, I got them all in there. I turned the fire down, y'all. I turned the fire down. See that? See how the residual flour on there? See how it made that thick? See how thick it got? See that? Now, what I'm going to do, like I like to do, y'all, like put a little milk in here. Now, make sure you turn it down at this point. Because you don't want to not overcook them, but you don't want to scorch them. You just want them kind of simmer. Hold on, y'all, just a second. I like to put just a little milk in mine. Not a lot. About that much, just like that. Just like that. That adds a little body to it. See that? A little creaminess to it. Now, we're going to let these simmer by 15, 20 minutes. In the meantime, that gives me time to pick the chicken off the bone. Remember all that chicken I had, y'all? I got to put all that chicken in here, too, y'all. We got the dumplings. We don't have to see how thick. I don't have to add nothing to this. See how thick it is? That's perfectly thickness here, y'all. As this cook, it's going to get a little bit thicker. So, anyway, let's see how they all, see that? Look at them nice dumplings, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Big old pot of chicken and dumplings. I ain't even got the chicken in there yet. So I'm going to step out, get my chicken picked out, and we're going to add the chicken in there, and we're going to be time to eat, y'all. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back. See the chicken here? I got my chicken. I picked out the bone. Here's the chicken here. I'm going to add this chicken over here to the pot. And I pretty much turned these dumplings off. Because I don't want them to cook anymore. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be even more gentle with it. Take my spatula here. Kind of just fold easy. Because these dumplings, like I say, so delicate. You know they cooked already. I'm going to just fold that chicken right into them dumplings, y'all. Look at that, y'all. Big old pot of goodness here. Big old pot of goodness. Man, oh man, oh man. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. And like I was telling y'all, my mama, she loved the dumpling part more than the chicken. And of course, when we had chicken and dumplings at home, look at those dumplings, y'all. Look at that. Look at those. Big old piece of dumpling. You got some. Now, some of them going to break up now, of course, but majority of them going to hold its shape. See that? Like that. So don't panic. Oh, they didn't all. There's some of them. Hey, that's part of it. Okay, y'all. I'm going to step off here. Let me show y'all here with my ladle. Look at that, y'all. Look at those big old thing of chicken and dumplings, y'all. So I'm gonna step off here, get me some cornbread that I always keep in the freezer. And we're gonna come back, we're gonna get us a plate, do that world famous YouTube thumbnail, and we're gonna sample these old school chicken and dumplings. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back here. Look at these things, it's still hot too. You might see the smoke coming off here. We got you some chicken and dumplings. And like I was telling y'all, let me put me some hot sauce on here. That's why I like my chicken and dumpling. This is everything as you saw from scratch. There's no artificial nothing. There's no chicken and mushroom soup, no chicken and noodle soup, no cream of chicken. Make your own stock. You making the chicken, put the chicken in there, boil it, take the bone off. You got your natural chicken stock and natural flavor for your dumpling already. Everything in here, this is homemade. This my mom used to make it. Buy nothing artificial. Okay, a little piece of chicken on there. It's hot, y'all. Oh, Lord. These dumplings so tender. Look how tender they are, y'all. Look at that. That's so tender. A little piece of chicken. Look at that, y'all. Nothing like tender chicken and dumpling. That's the key. It's like when you make your biscuit dough, don't overwork it. Dumpling the same way. Let me another bite right here. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. That's for you, Mama. I know you're watching down, looking down on me. I'm gonna be making it every year for Easter. If I have to sit here and eat them by myself. And my brother loves them too, so he definitely will eat some of these. So, yeah, y'all. One more bite here. And like I said, growing up, I love dumplings, y'all. Not as much as my mom loves them. I love them. I forgot what I was to say. One more bite here. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Oh, like I was going. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Hold on, y'all. When I was growing up, of course, my mom didn't take the chicken off the bone. So you might have a whole leg in there, a whole wing, a wing that fell apart, a piece of the back, a chicken feet in there. Like I was saying, that's why I tell people that I'm trying to fancy up chicken and dumpling, and all these different vegetables and all that. This was poor people food growing up. My mom used to tell me history. You had flour when you had old chicken out there need to go, the old rooster wasn't crowing no more, the old hen wasn't laying no more. You make dressing out of it, or some dumpling or some soup. That's what you did with it. And you always had flour and milk. You make you a big old pie of chicken and dumpling. You had, she said onions. I say onions, but she said onions. You always had some onions and some celery. You make you a big old pie of chicken and dumpling. They made their stock. They didn't buy no canned stuff. Something done changed and got too modernized. And I'm trying to stop that and go back to the old way of doing it. And it's actually more simple and actually more healthy for you. Oh, anyway, enough preaching. But anyway, let me close this video. If you like the video, please share, please comment, please subscribe. Please follow my other social media accounts: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch TV, Pinterest, TikTok, and oldschoolsoulfood.com. Remember the hashtag 2023. Just show some kindness. Old School Soul Food. Till next time, have a blessed Old School Soul Food day. And I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a happy, blessed Easter. I love you all. Bye.